Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so glad that you are here. All right, so in this pot, we have 32 ounces of chicken stock, 32 ounces. And then this is my Polish pottery carafe. These carafes hold 5 cups of water, in case you were curious. Were you curious how much water it held? There you go, 5 cups. Oh, I'm gonna tilt this up just a little bit. Is that better? Okay, and so that's what's in here. Oh look, more Polish pottery is live, doggone it. But I can't go there because I'm cooking, so there you go. Hello, Joe, good to see you. So anyway, 32 ounces of chicken broth and 5 cups of water, okay? And we bring this to a boil. But let me see if I can save you a little money, okay? I'm gonna tilt up again. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can save you a little money. On anything that you buy, if you look at the ingredient list, they have to be listed in the order that they're in here. And the very first thing on any kind of chicken stock, chicken broth, veggie broth, beef broth, whatever you buy, the very first ingredient is always water. Now, it may be filtered water, organic water, blah, 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 but it's always water, which means, you know, if you say this is $1.50 or $2, $2.50, however much it costs, you're basically paying for water. Hello, water. So, that being said, instead of buying a bunch of these, now, I don't know how big of a one you can find at your grocery store. I can't remember if I got this at the grocery store or at Sam's or Costco, but this is Knorr, and it's chicken flavored bouillon. Now, you don't have to use this particular brand. Any kind of chicken flavored bouillon, just don't get the cubes, because I mean, how hard is that to get those little cubes off? Anyway, so it's powdered, and it's a teaspoon to a cup of water. So you actually save a ton of money by doing this, okay? So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna have a very rich stock. There you go. It also comes in a tomato, and this is tomato bouillon with chicken flavor, or, are you ready? Caldo de tomate con sabor de pollo. There you go. That's my horrible Spanish. There you go. Okay, so now we've got this going, and I'm going to go ahead and get my noodles in here. Well, it just saves you money. And so, there we go. This is my favorite store-bought noodle, okay? This is my favorite store-bought noodle. I don't know if you pronounce it Reames. That's the way I'm pronouncing it. Hello from Virginia. Reames, these are my favorite ones. Home-style egg noodles, okay? And so this is what they look like, although I've left them out of the freezer for a while. I just think these are the best. So they're a little gummy right now. I should have left them in the freezer. Ow. Because they're kind of sticky together. That's okay. Okay, so my stuff is boiling. Yaw. Okay, in we go. This is a 24 ouncer. I thought stock was only stock, no water. Well, no, how do you think you make stock? I mean, when you boil a chicken, you boil it in water. I mean, you got a lot of stuff in there, but I mean, for the most part, it's water. Water with the flavorings of your onion and celery and carrot and your chicken. Okay, so you just want to give this a stir to separate the noodles out, and then we're going to bring this to a boil. Yes, they are the best. I love that. Teaches delicious recipes. I do like the cheaper stuff. Okay, now in this particular pan, here we go, my favorite one. Look at that. Ta-da! We are going to, let me turn this, oops, that's the back one. This is the one I have to light. Hold on. Yeah! Okay, there we go. I've lit it. And now I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. Loisan, I'm trying to feel better. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Over there. All right, so let's get out the cow. I don't think I need this, but let's get the cow. All right, ready, everybody? Moo! Get out your moo. Moo cow. Now, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons, 1, 2. You don't have to use butter, but I don't feel well. And when I don't feel well, I want stuff that makes me feel better. And butter makes it all better, okay? So we're gonna melt that in there. And of course, we're gonna use our mirepoix. Remember what mirepoix is? M-I-R-E-P-R-O-I-X. It's French. It's the way you start almost every recipe, every sauce. And it's 2 parts onion to 1 part celery, 1 part carrot, okay? So that's what a mirepoix is. Now, you know that I do this all the time, right? Because, you know, I start almost every recipe with these things. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and stick my onion in here. Ta-da, onions in. That being said, let's say that you don't feel well and you want soup, but you need this quick. You don't want to be chopping and slicing and dicing. Okay, so here's an option for you. And this is my store-bought brand, but I'm sure you can find it. Now, this one says Cajun Style Mirepoix Blend, okay? So this doesn't have carrots in it, but it has onion, celery, and green peppers. Because remember, the Cajun one substitutes green peppers for carrots. But they usually have the other one too. This was $1. I mean, $1. And it's frozen, so you could use half a bag, you could use all the bag, and there's no slicing and dicing necessary. So if you're needing some down and dirty, let's get this going, and I don't want to slice and dice, that's what you want right there. Now, so it's 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, 1 part carrot. So that means that's a whole onion. This is 2 stalks of celery, just kind of depends. And I've diced it, see? I diced it up. So I'm going to put that in there. And then we're going to need a carrot. And my hands were hurting, so I didn't want to chop the carrot. So I used the box grater and I grated it. But, you know, whatever you want. And so I'm putting the carrot in there.
La la la.
All right. Now, obviously, layers of flavor. I know, it does. Layers of flavor, layers of seasoning, okay? So we're going to put a teaspoon of salt. I always figured that a pinch is a half, and so that's why I do 2. And a half a teaspoon of pepper, okay? In we go. Now we're going to give that a stir or a toss or however you like to do it. All right, I'm going to stir this and let you look. Look how pretty that is. See, that should make you feel better already, right? Come on. Okay, look at our noodles. Well, you can see the noodles, right? They're like floating to the top. It's all lovely. It's good. Yum. All right, so we're going to let this cook just for a little bit. I've told you my save money ideas with this. So we'll put these back away. And I've showed you my quick and easy down and dirty let's not chop. So you can use that. Now, this is not going to be a vegetable soup. You know, in the past, I've made a vegetable soup. And when I do vegetable soup, you have a couple options as well. You can go through your crisper and pull out, well, gosh, I have 1 zucchini, I have 1 yellow squash, I have a couple of potatoes, I have a bell pepper, I have, you know, whatever you have. And pull out and just chop up and use whatever you have. Or you can do what I've called clean out the refrigerator soup, which is you had dinner and you had green beans and you have this much green beans left in a little container in the refrigerator. Maybe you have some corn left over. Maybe you have some peas left over. Whatever you have left over, you just dump that all in there. If that was, you know, that's an easy way to clean out your refrigerator. Nothing goes to waste, and yet you still get a nice kind of comforting food. You can always, obviously, they have frozen bags of mixed vegetables, and so you can always do that. I always had a problem with some of those is because, you know, like one kid didn't want corn and the other kid didn't want, you know, whatever it was. So, you know, you got that. All right, so as we're letting this cook down, I'm now going to add my garlic. Some of you have asked, because you know I do the roasted garlic. This is what I keep my roasted garlic in. Several of you have repeatedly asked me how long this lasts in here. So I did this, I want to say 10 days ago. And you guys know I haven't used a lot of garlic in recipes here lately. What's wrong with me? I don't know. So 10 days ago, so can you see in there? As there's no mildew, it looks perfectly fine. The key to keeping your garlic fresh, your roasted garlic fresh on the countertop is, do you see how much olive oil is covered? It is totally covered in olive oil. Rebecca, I thought you were doing a live. Rebecca, I thought you were doing a live. Anyway, if your roasted garlic is completely covered in olive oil, it will not mildew on the countertop. If, however, you got chintzy and weren't paying attention and it's sticking out, it can. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, I am feeling a little better, but I still have a headache in this eye. In this eye, I tell you. All right, so that being said, I went ahead and took some of that yummy garlic and I mashed it up. I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting. Oh, that's right. Alex is getting his learner's permit, his driving. Jan, it's okay, doesn't matter. I'm just lazy. All right, so that's about 4 cloves of roasted garlic. If you don't have roasted garlic, you know you can buy roasted garlic, although very expensive. Oh, that's okay, no problem. If you don't have roasted garlic, I don't know why you don't have roasted garlic. We've done it on this show 18 bazillion times, right? Okay, so there's that in there. Okay, this is good enough. Look at that. Look at our noodles. Let's look at our noodles. Look at that. See, these don't take very long. And, once you get Alex's learner's permit, her son. So anyway, okay. So look at all the bowls. If you don't have, this is one of my favorite little sizes. Isn't that cute? Cute little bowl. Find a peppermint stick for your head. Rub it on your forehead. It looks like chapstick. Really? Peppermint stick for your headache. I've never heard that. Okay, I'm turning this off. Look at what I'm doing. Cindy, you're not going to drain the noodles? Nope, not draining the noodles. Really? Nope. Look at this. Are you ready? I'm tilting you. In we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Cindy, I can't believe that it was that easy. Yep. Okay, dump that in there. Dump. You know how I love dump recipes. Oh, that's going to make me happy. Look how that's making me happy. Okay, get off there. Off. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Okay, now what else do we need to add in there? Well, it's chicken soup, so we need to add some chicken. Now, I didn't have leftover chicken because we ate it all. This is a can of chicken. If you like a lot of chicken in your chicken soup, revolutionary, I know. If you like a lot of chicken in your chicken soup, you put in a lot of chicken. I don't like a lot of chicken. I know, it is a time saver. It is. Okay, so there you go. Oh, Rebecca. Hey, hello, Bitsa from Cyprus. Okay, so Rebecca, just in case you were curious, I just told everybody else, this carafe holds 5 cups of water. So if you were curious, the carafe holds 5 cups. Oh, you're poorly because you went to Costco this morning? Oh, usually I feel good when I go to Costco in the morning. Okay, so I got my chicken in there. Look at that. I got noodles. I got some veggies in there. Garlic in there. This is what I had in the pantry. I mean, in the crisper. It was the last of the parsley that I had. I really think fresh, this is about 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. You don't have to use fresh. You can use dried. If you use dried, just use 1 tablespoon because you don't need that much. But I think a fresh herb, you could use basil, fresh basil. You could use fresh parsley. You could use cilantro. Quite frankly, if you like it, yeah, sure, honey. If you like spinach, you could chop up some spinach and put it in here. That is not my idea of feel-good soup. I like spinach in my soup, just not this particular one. Okay, now, this is what most people would consider, that is hot, most people would consider a yummy soup, okay? I'm going to get a ladle just so you can see the yummy soup. Okay, look at that. Can you see? Can you see? I'm gonna tilt down. Look. Here, I'm going to drain water off. Can you see? Can you see all the yummy stuff in there? If I go that direction, hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. See? Can you see now? Yummy, yummy. And this is what most people think about as a yummy homemade chicken soup. Okay, that being said, I need it a little creamy. So this is totally optional. If you want to, you can. I am putting in a can of cream of chicken soup. Look at that, can of cream of chicken soup. I always think that looks so disgusting when it floats in there. Don't you think that looks gross? It looks gross. I know it is so easy for me to make a cream sauce out of flour and butter, you know? It is easy. But I'm lazy and I don't feel good, so there you go. All right, in we go. There is the cream of chicken soup. Now, look at this. Oh, all my pottery bowls. There we go. Now, I'm also gonna add, I've got some half and half, and I'm gonna use a half a can. Look at my measuring. I measured, look at that, a half a can of half and half. All right, and now we just give that a stir. Because now we have taken it from just a regular feel-good chicken noodle soup to a creamy chicken noodle soup. So again, this gives you an option. You can just make it the regular way and you have a regular chicken noodle soup, or to make it look a little different and taste a little different, you can go for, I have to taste this just a second. Hold on. Well, here, I'll do it this way because somebody's gonna freak out that I used that to taste. Hold on. Ooh, that's so good, but I think I want more pepper. It actually has enough salt in it. Surprise, surprise. Okay, we're gonna let this just cook just for a bit. It's basically everything in here is done, okay? So we have this wonderful creamy chicken soup, but I'm gonna let this on a medium to low heat, just kind of simmer for a bit, and we're gonna make some muffins. You ready? We're using our R-Bob. R-Bob is really big old bowl. This is the artesian bowl, which is different than the other ones that I normally use. I call those bobs. This is R-Bob, really big old bowl. I'm also gonna be using my mob, my medium old bowl, okay? So there's all kinds of different sizes. That's the medium one. Okay, our R-Bob. We're gonna be making some cornbread muffins because I need something to go in my soup, okay? So here we go. 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of flour, in we go. Into our big old bowl. 1 cup of cornmeal. I'm doing all my dry ingredients first. 1 cup of cornmeal, okay? Yellow cornmeal. You could use white. I just like the yellow, okay? Rebecca, do you have this same R-Bob? I don't know what pattern that is, but there it is. Blue something. Blue flowers. Anyway, then we have 3/4 up to 3/4 cup of sugar. Some of you don't like really sweet. I know I'm silly, aren't I, Peggy? Some of you don't like really sweet cornbread. You could do a half a cup. I like 3/4 of a cup. Quite frankly, I might just zip it on up there, right? Now, for this particular recipe, we're gonna need both baking powder and baking soda. So baking soda is usually in the orange packet, and baking powder is in a white one, okay? All right, so baking powder, which is the powder one, we need 1.5 teaspoons. Let me get my teaspoon. Okay, 1.5. There. I know, if you're baking, you should really measure all the way. I'm being naughty. Naughty Cindy. Now we need our baking soda, and we need 1 teaspoon of this. I hate these containers. Look, you should be able to get your doodah in there and come straight out. Well, that didn't get a full one. You know what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put this in one of my Polish pottery containers just so I can see. Okay, baking soda, 1 teaspoon. All right, so we got that in there. And then we're gonna need some salt. I took the salt over here. We're gonna need a half a teaspoon of salt. So for me, that's one smush. 1 smush around. All right, now, everybody have your Danish batter whisk? I know, I'm making you guys buy a whole bunch of stuff, right? I don't mean to do that. You don't need a Danish batter whisk. You can just use a spoon or a spatula or whatever you have, okay? And we're just gonna give this a stir because we don't want lumps of flour or like that right there, or lumps of sugar, right? We want everything to be lovely, except, oh, that was sugar. I was like, what is that big old lump? Okay, there we go. Now, we got that. Let's set this aside. Now we're going to do our liquids. I know. So, my smaller bowl. And I'm going to start off with 3 eggs. 1 egg. 2 eggs. And 3 eggs. All right, 3 eggs in the bowl. If you don't have one of these, you need one of these. These are my favorite things. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just give that a whisk because, you know, that's always the hardest thing to get the eggs. You don't want any big chunks of eggs. All right, so we whisk our eggs. You could use a whisk. You could use a fork. You could use a spoon. I just love this thing. All right, we're going to use a 1/2 cup of milk, whole milk, skim milk, fat-free milk, whatever you want. Just realize that the least amount of fat you use, so if you're using skim milk or 2% milk, then it won't be as rich. If you're okay with that, that's fine. This is whole milk, because come on, right? We're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Ugh, Cindy, really? Sour cream? Yes, sour cream. So I'm guesstimating. I know I shouldn't, but there you go. 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. This is the harder thing. You think it's bad to get the eggs all beat up, right? It's the sour cream. Look, it's all lumpy, but it's fine. It'll be all good once we get it together. And now, although it kind of looks like cottage cheese, 1 stick of butter, 1 stick of melted butter. Now, I'm using salted butter. Does it matter? I mean, you know, maybe a little, I don't know. All right, so we mix this all together. La 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 la. Okay. I'm teaching my Bible study tonight. Those of you who joined us last week, yay, thank you. It's on the 12 apostles. Anybody is more than welcome to join. I know this is not a, you know, this is the cooking class, but several of you had asked. You don't have to register. You can just show up. It's at 6:30 on Wednesday nights. And if you miss it, you can always go back and watch the replay. I will tell you, it's on the name of the Facebook page is Windwood, WINDWOOD, Windwood PC. P is in Paul, C is Presbyterian Church. Windwood PC, and then there you go. Okay, here's our dry ingredients. What do we put in here? Flour, yellow cornmeal, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Okay, that was our dry ingredients. Our wet ingredients were 3 eggs, sour cream, milk, and a stick of melted butter. Butter, I tell you. All right, so I know we could probably do a little bit at a time, but I'm just gonna dump. La, 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 la. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna mix this up. Now, I will say this. You don't want to over mix. So if you're saying I'm gonna use a hand mixer, cornbread, pancakes, those kind of things, you kind of want to be careful and not over mix. This is not a wet batter. So I'm going to show you in just a second. This is more, this is not, look at that. You see? You see, it's a very thick batter. Oh, thank you, Linda. It's a thicker batter, but that's okay. Okay, so you just want it mixed up. If you have a few lumps in there, who cares? Okay, here we go. Now, I'm making muffins. If you decide to be lazy today, that's fine. You could dump this in like a 9x13. That'd be fine. But I'm making big old muffins. All right, so this is my Polish pottery muffin things. I have 2. They don't match, but that's okay with me, right? All right, and I just sprayed the inside, okay? And then I'm gonna take, this is just a tablespoon. And I can usually get 2 full tablespoons in each one, okay? So, there you go. These are gonna be, now you may say, can I make mini muffins? Well, of course you can. This recipe makes 12 regular size muffins, okay? And so if it makes 12, you gotta figure it would probably do 24 minis, but remember to cut your time. I found it, but missed what's in the muffins. Okay, so the muffins are 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. We put baking soda, baking powder, and some salt and sugar, cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And then those were the dry ingredients. And then the wet ingredients were 3 eggs, 3 eggs, a half cup of milk, 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Look at that. Look how pretty those are. What else? Eggs, sour cream, melted butter. That's what it was. Melted butter. And then we mix the 2 together, okay? And then I'm just taking a teaspoon. I suppose I could have gotten a bigger spoon, and then I could have just done 1 spoonful in each one. I know a lot of people use, what are those? A purple stove oven. I found you a purple stove oven. Oh my, yeah, I'm not certain I can afford to redo my kitchen, but there you go. But I may be able to. You never know. Depends. A purple stove oven. Man, that'd be cool. Anyway, so there you go. If you don't have a little muffin, Polish pottery muffin doodah, you need one. Like I said, these don't match, but I'm okay with that. Okay. La 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 la. Getting the last bit out. 1 scoop and 2. 2. Okay. I got a little, I don't want to waste any, so I'm going to top that one off. Top off. Okay. So there we go. Look at that. Look how beautiful. 375 degree oven. Work gets in the way of your videos. That's funny. Ice cream scooper. Yes. Okay, but the ice cream scooper, like my ice cream scooper, doesn't have the little thing on it. I hate using that thing. I do. I know everybody thinks it's really cool, but the reason I hate using it is because I end up doing this. Trying to get it all out of there, and then I end up using my fingers anyway, and so, All right, so 375 degree oven. I'm going to put these in. Or Jessica's going to go put them in. All right, so are we ready? Are we ready? Are you hungry? I'm hungry. Hold on. Ugh. Look at these. Poof! I pulled them out of the oven. Look how beautiful those are. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, I tell ya. Oh, smells so good. All right, so there we go. There's all of our muffins for the table. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me get, ooh. All right, I'm gonna get some soup. I'm gonna bring the whole soup pot over here so that we can do it all the right way. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Big, heavy soup, I tell you. Okay, look at this. Yum, huh? Oh, yum. Oh, look at that. Did you guys see that Rachel Ray's house burned down? Oh my gosh, I was so sad. That is just so awful. All right, I'm using a loop bowl. I can't remember what these are called. Loop handle bowls, loop soup bowls, loop bowls. I don't know what they're called, but loop bowl. That's what I'm going with. All right, and look at this. Oh, yum. I'm going all the way up. Look at that. Oh, so good. Except I spilled. Look. Ah, yum. I like these because I like being able to hold on to something. And then, hold on, let me move big old soup out of the way. I decided to go matchy. Jody, I made chicken noodle soup because I wasn't feeling great. So there's my chicken noodle soup. And Jody, aren't you the one that likes the maraschino? No, I can't remember. Somebody is. So there's the chicken noodle soup. And then look, I got the matchy little plate. So I'm gonna do, I think I need 2 muffins. Two cornbread muffins. All right, so look at this. Look, ta-da! Or you could say I only need 1 muffin and then, oh no, I can get 2 on there. Look at that, I can get 2 on there. Look, and then I can go to bed with my muffin and my soup. How cool is that? All right, ready? Time for a taste. All right. The other thing you can do, I like sunshine. Oh, okay. Somebody is the maraschino person. I couldn't remember who that was. But anyway, I decided to do all matchy today. Okay, here we go. Wait, let me cut that so it's a... Okay, so look. Can you see? I hate that light. Look, can you see now? Nope. There we go. All right, well, the light's coming back. So sorry, hit the wrong button. It's okay. It fits. All right, tasting it. Ready? Oh, it smells so good. If I burn my mouth, that would be bad. Hot. My throat feels better already. So good. Now, we got to do the muffin. Do you eat your muffin just separately? Or do you take your muffin and crumble it up in the soup? You look great if you feel, I do feel kind of crappy still. And I have to teach Bible study tonight. So I still have to get all yah up for class. So good. So good. So do you crumble or do you eat it separately? Well, that's our show for today. I did have to tell you that the making mozzarella kit came in, so soon we'll be making homemade mozzarella. So there you go. All right, folks, from my kitchen to yours, may today be filled with some comforting food that if you're feeling a little low or a little down in the dumps or just a little icky, that this wonderful food can pick you right back up. We will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.